Hello everyone, it is me, Game Penguin 21, and today, well, it's about that time to talk about Helldivers 2, or milk the last of the Helldivers 2 controversy out of this, because of course we have Mr. Harmon Smith and his take on the whole Helldivers 2 situation. I know that I'm about a week late on this, but this video came out probably a few days ago, and I want to make that clear. That's because it came out a few days ago. I wanted to just talk about it because overall I haven't made a Harmon Smith video in a while, and this one is a nice end of week roundabout thing. Don't worry, you're still going to get gaming hot takes. That's just going to be on a Tuesday upload because I prefer it to be that way, at least in terms of what's relevant and what's not. So don't worry, that is coming out, but that's going to be Tuesday, so because it's going to be a longer video of that. I also do know about Tango Works, and I don't want to talk about that. Not because I don't have anything really to say on it, but I don't think that I have anything specifically to add on that no one else has already said before. And that's stupid because I already recorded the gameplay and recorded the actual video, so that might end up being a video. What I might end up doing is taking some of the more scrapped ideas and just posting them unlisted and then putting them onto, say, the Patreon, and I want to maybe restart again, because I have a couple video ideas that are these ideas are okay, but those videos don't need to exist on the main channel to really bring up the video account or anything, so I might make some of those behind the scenes stuff. At least for that. So again, if you want, I do actually have a Patreon, just linked in the description if you really care. But like I said, going into the shill bit, 1K subscriber for the end of the year, looking to hit that number. From there, I would employ you to also check out my music and stuff, and check out the twitch.tv/GamePenguin21. Links to all of that in the description below. But with all that being said and all that out of the way, let's talk about how Harmon Smith apparently thinks that Helldivers 2 is finished because, well, Sony bent the knee, I guess.
I've been slacking a lot when it comes to my video uploads. Pre-order my book, American Evil, link in the description. I've been really, really busy lately, just enjoying my life, just working hard, getting a lot of housework done, things like that. It's been a great week for me.
I like this intro because not only does it appear that he's lying, because the last time that he uploaded a video before this one specifically was about 2 days ago. I'll probably have a scrolling list of how many videos and stuff he uploads. Some of these videos get uploaded hours apart from each other, so he tends to record them all, but he doesn't seems to change his shirt between those specific videos, and he seems to upload them in spurts and stuff. So I'm thinking that all of these videos are uploaded in one sitting and stuff, and then drip fed out over the time. So maybe lacking in content is those were older takes that he just had in the back burner. That is just my speculation. That is my tinfoil hat theory. But you cannot tell me that this guy doesn't just sit down, record 5 different videos, and then just fuck off for the rest of the time. Also, finally, he plugged his fucking books again. Holy shit, how many videos have we talked about him where he stopped plugging his books because he just no one cared? That's really funny to me. I know, oh, but you already plugged yourself in this. It's yeah, I know, but I could still make fun of him for plugging his books because his books are just not good. I don't plug anything that I don't think is at least okay.
Personally, so forgive me if I'm not completely up to date on gaming news. It's just one of those things where I'm just kind of yeah, I'm playing good video games. I'm playing Final Fantasy 5 and 6. I'm playing Helldivers. I'm playing Silent Hill 2. I'm playing good stuff, right? My thing though, with the way things are looking now, it's kind of embarrassing, honestly. Is Helldivers 2 going to be negatively impacted by the recent news that PlayStation Networking, a PlayStation Network account will be required?
Well, considering that they, 1, walked it back, 2, the reviews have gone back up since then, and 3, the amount of salt and videos that I've made out of this is now 3 videos. No, I don't think that it will be impacted, at least not in the long term. In the short term, most definitely, and I think in some cases, the long term, it can end up working against Helldivers, Arrowhead Studios and stuff, but overall impact was positive because this will actively make it so that way Sony will take a step back and make sure that they make it very clear that PSN is required from the get-go, or they will make it optional going forward. Either way, it's still a win, and either way, this game is a testament to that. If gamers can, and if the consumer can, and if there is enough people backing this up, you can get shit done to actively make sure that these practices don't become predatory, I guess is the best way to put that. But I will say, I do agree that in some cases, some people might have left and will stay leaving because they just don't agree with whatever Sony is doing.
Right? Is this going to be a thing that impacts the longevity of the game? Yes, because the backlash was so strong and so severe that people's opinions on the game have soured, right? The negative reviews have come in overwhelmingly negative. People have refunded their games. People have gotten angry with Sony about this, and that's not going to go away even now that they've backed off from it.
That's actually not true. Yes, the negative reviews were there for like the weekend, but as of now, and as of me recording this video, the reviews have actually gone back up. Like I said, I will probably post a screenshot as I'm talking about this, saying that at the time of me recording this, it went from an extremely overwhelmingly negative back up to a mixed for the recent reviews specifically, but also back up to a mostly positive for the overall reviews, which is impressive. This thing literally then turned around as soon as Sony was like, okay, we're going to relent. And the feedback was instant, and it actually created some of the stuff for that. So overall, yeah, the reviews came in and they were negative, but since they backed off, the reviews and stuff has done that. And I do think that in some cases there will still be souring of the actual community and stuff, so that will forever be a long-lasting thing. That they had a really good game on track to beat or to be like a big title and stuff, but they kind of fucked it up by trying to, bring in those greedy corporate practices.
Right. The reality is, this was such a big deal for them that I don't expect Helldivers 2 will be talked about or remembered as fondly as it would have been otherwise. I do think this is the beginning of the end of that specific game. I do think we are going to see the player base just radically drop in the next couple of months, and by this time next year, nobody will remember the game at all. Not that anybody was really paying attention or cared about the game to begin with, but
I do love this sentence of whenever a popular thing becomes popular and it's not Nintendo, oh yeah, the community didn't really do much and it will not be remembered at all in the coming year. Considering that this game has only been out for a few months, I'd like to come back to this notion maybe next year, maybe if that's the case. But also, I find it funny how he says oh yeah, no one was playing it as well. When this thing, I think, consistently hit about 100,000 players at its peak every single day, with 300,000 and maybe 400,000 of the overall player numbers that were hit, and that's a lot of people. And this thing was also in the consistently in the top played Steam charts for months afterwards, in the top at least 10 from what I remember, for months and months and months, for at least the few months that it was active. But now with this, it kind of dropped out of the face of it, and I think that player number will still be affected. But someone also posted that I don't know where I remember seeing this, but someone said oh no, 131,000 people were playing this game. I will never find an actual game, when originally that number climbed somewhere into the 400K over of the total amount, which that just shows you how quickly this went down and then is coming back up. I don't think that they will ever reach the same heights, because again, you will definitely lose people because of this, but overall, those numbers and stuff, and again, like I said, the reviews are coming back up, and even in those recent reviews, this is counting around 300,000 reviews that were overall 68%, nearly a 70, back up to positive. So guess what? Get some, I guess. I don't really know what else to put here.
That's the thing. It's just that we go through this pattern every year, it feels like, where the industry props up some lazy, half-assed, online multiplayer shooter that casual, plebs, PlayStation plebs hype up as the next big thing. The Last of Us, Ghost of Tsushima, and now Helldivers 2, right? It's the same thing over and over again, where these.
The Last of Us was an online service game? What the fuck? First of all, your examples make no sense, because The Last of Us was propped up because it was kind of overhyped, but it delivered and stuff. Or at least The Last of Us 2, not The Last of Us 1. The Last of Us 1 was pretty okay. But Ghost of Tsushima was actually one that was really good and was mostly, again, touted as a single-player experience. And then also, Helldivers 2, again, broke records and stuff and was, like, doing better numbers than other games in its genre. So, no.
These games are propped up as, like, some major innovators in their sphere, when in reality, not only are they nothing special, they're downright ridiculous in some ways. They are not well made or interesting games at all, and yet we consistently see this every year, right? Every major PlayStation release, where we have this initial hype cycle where people pretend that the new thing is the best thing ever, and then it's slowly, gradually forgotten. And I think Helldivers 2 is well on its way to becoming a very notable example of that pattern.
I find it also interesting how he never actually stopped playing whatever the fuck game that he was playing. And if I noticed correctly, it seems like he was also playing on what I can assume to be a PlayStation controller. But given the Zelda-esque like music, I'm actually thinking that was just the Nintendo Switch Pro controller. So, okay. But here's the thing, right? To kind of bring a bookend to this whole thing, Harmon Smith is dumb, obviously, and I think that we've all known this for quite some time. And in the end, I do think that the Helldivers 2 situation has been mostly resolved by this point. I do think that there is like maybe one or two more things that is going to be coming out of the situation. Again, like I said, either making it very clear that they're going to have PSN support up front and making sure that that is the case, or they're going to make a PSN support optional for it. And with the recent news of at least Ghost of Tsushima and the port coming to it, they said that you would need it for the online services for Ghost of Tsushima, but you would not need it for the single-player services for Ghost of Tsushima, which is fabulous because that means that I can just play through the actual story without needing a PSN account, which I still might actually pick up Ghost of Tsushima even after this situation. I thought that I wouldn't, but again, it's going to definitely make me think twice about any Sony online service game moving forward because, again, 1, I don't have a PSN account, 2, I don't want a PSN account, and 3, making a PSN account just seems like another hassle, and making all those other accounts is like whatever. And to the people out there who are going to be like, oh, well, it's just one more account, look at some of the other people making videos on how invasive some of the actual stuff for the PSN is there. I don't want that, nor do I think that that's important, or, again, really gives me anything in return for that. In any case, I think that'll about do it for this short, sweet, and simple episode of I Rant Into a Microphone and Talk About Someone Who is Clearly Dumb on the Internet. So with that being said, thank you very, very much for watching. Like I said, I'm looking to hit 1K by the end of the year. Please hit that subscribe button and that like button and push me through the algorithm. Would be amazing to get to those numbers. I also, again, stream on Twitch as well as do my music on Bandcamp. I will probably be doing another album dropping at the end of the month, so be on the lookout for more news on that. And with all that being said, thank you so much for watching, and a peace off.